Hi guys, welcome to week 3, challenge 2. In challenge 2, we're going to put to work some of the tools you learned about in your reading for the Google Infused Classroom. So you'll see here, we've got this voice and choice challenge board that's up, the 3-2-1 challenge board. And so we've got here listed some tools, some of which you read about in the book and some of which are some other options, easy to use. But we want to go through, and we're going to go through this 3-2-1 challenge, which we'll talk about in a second. And you're going to pick one of these 8 tools that we have here to go through and answer questions about the 3-2-1 challenge. And these are tools that hopefully you might consider incorporating in your classroom. You can use any of these tools on a Chromebook or your desktop, or if you have an iPad or an iPhone or something and you want to do it that way. I've also included tutorials or ways to use those as well. And so just a quick little synopsis or hit on each of one of these. Soundtrap is an audio recorder along with GarageBand. That would be the iPad or like iPhone option if you have those, where you might make a voice recording or like a podcast of your 3-2-1 activity. Canva is a graphic sort of design, think kind of Microsoft like publisher, where you can make kind of inspirational graphics, add text. You can make flyers, brochures, different kinds of things. It's web-based. Again, some tutorials there for those. Adobe Spark is similar, but it also can be video if you want to make sort of little short videos or something that's there. Book Creator is pretty much what it sounds like. It's really good for young kids all the way up. But if you wanted to answer or do that 3-2-1 challenge activity, you could use Book Creator. Again, there's tutorials included or links to tutorials on a lot of these if you want to see that. Again, these are things you might also consider using in your classroom. We're going to have you use it to complete the activity, so it's going to be a little different than the reflections or question answers. Normally, you're actually going to use one of these tools to complete challenge 2 this week. Buncee is also kind of a creation multimedia presentation tool, voice, video, those kinds of things. WeVideo is the video editor for Chromebooks. For our students or for you in your classroom use. So if you wanted to make a video and then add in, some fly-ins and titles and transitions and those sorts of things. Of course, if you have iMovie, you have an iPad, or if you're using a MacBook, you have that as well. Screencastify, that's like what we're doing right now, where I can voice over and I get my picture in the corner. So I could do a little quick screencast on the Chromebook. Screencastify is a really popular one. And then Padlet is sort of this multi kind of resource, think bulletin board, where I can put sticky notes or I can put links to websites or photos, kind of a idea board or brainstorming board for those sorts of things. So you're going to pick one of those 8 tools to use, and all of those are free. Some of them are freemium, where you create an account and you get it for 30 days or 60 days, but every single one of those it should be free. And so please don't set up an account where you have to pay for something. Each one of those, and they should all be linked inside this idea board here where you go. You should be able to find a way to create, just go to the free account. And again, a lot of them are trial versions. Some of them are free the whole time, or you only get, like with Padlet, you get 3 free Padlets and you can delete them. But again, just make sure if you have any questions about creating those accounts or how to get there, please don't hesitate. Shoot me an email, give me a call, and we'll help you get set up if you want to. All right, the 3-2-1 challenge. So you're going to use one of those 8 tools to create a product or show what you know. Instead of learning new material, we're just going to do it on kind of yourself, kind of a reflection, self-analyzation activity. So the first thing is, what are 3 things that you want students to remember about you in 20 years? I'm going to answer that. What are 3 things that you'd like students to say about you or remember about you in your teaching or your classroom in 20 years. The 2-part, reflect on this past semester. What are 2 classroom student experiences that gave you a sense of pride? So maybe it was something you developed or something a student told you, an experience you had that really made you feel good about what you did. And then the 1, what's one of the Kansas redesign principles you'd like to explore more deeply and why? And so if you're not familiar with the Kansas redesign principles, I've included the link right here, and we're going to steal from Andover because they're way out in front on this. And so this is Andover's redesign sort of resource. And so if you go here, you can see there's 4 redesign principles, and it kind of tells you about each one. And then you can do a deeper dive into, say, family, business, and community partnerships. And if we go there, they've got a more detailed explanation about that and what those might look like, or those kinds of ideas for those. You can check those out. They've got some hashtags or some related articles that you can check out as well. And so those 4, what's one of those 4 that you'd like to explore more deeply, and what intrigues you about it? So maybe, you said, I like the family and community partnerships, and I'm really interested in, increasing civic engagement. And here's how I might do it in my classroom. So, we haven't talked a lot about redesign in our district. We're sort of slower on that, but Andover way out in front on the redesign that's coming. And so use their website, check it out. Again, that's that 3-2-1 activity. Choose one of these 8 products, and you should be able to then, down here at the bottom, each one of those you should be able to get a link to share with me. So make sure you pull that link out of that product when you're done and paste it there so I can check that out, see what you came up with. And then just a quick little summary or reflection over the tool you use, what you like, not like about it, how might you use this or students use this in the classroom, and then again, that big demonstration of learning. That's week 3, challenge 2. Hope you have a good week. Can't wait to see what you come up with, checking out some of these new tools and products and demonstrations for student learning.